All right, good evening, everyone. Welcome to this evening's meeting of the Assembly Select Committees on Redistricting and Elections. We will be holding one work session on one bill today. Assembly Bill 1 relating to the University Board of Regents and candidate filing for judicial candidates. Madam Secretary, will you please take the roll?
Assemblywoman Benitez Thompson.
Here.
Assemblyman Frierson.
Here.
Assemblywoman Hanson. Here. Assemblywoman Hadigi. Here. Assemblyman Levitt. Here. Assemblyman Matthews. Here. Assemblywoman Monroe Moreno.
Here.
Assemblywoman Nguyen.
Here.
Assemblywoman Tolles.
Here.
Assemblyman Yeager. Here. And Chair Miller.
Here.
And with that, we have all of our members present. So a few housekeeping items for tonight's committee meeting. We do not take testimony during a work session. However, if you wish to speak during public comment, please make sure your name, please make sure that you signed in the back. Also, please remember once we get to public comment to turn on your microphone and clearly state your name and spell your name for the record. If you are participating on phone or Zoom, you will be asked to unmute yourself. Everyone making public comment, whether here in the room or on the phone, will be limited to 3 minutes per person. And of course, you can submit any additional comments in writing. I ask that everyone, of course, turn off their cell phones and anything that makes noise through notifications, just so that we're not disrupting the flow of the meeting. And documents and handouts for this meeting were submitted onto Nellis. For those making public comment, again, the options are you can submit written testimony by email at ree@asm.state.nv.us. You can fax your comments into 775-684-8533 or mail to Nevada State Assembly, 401 South Carson Street, Carson City, Nevada, 89701. And that would be anything, it would need to be postmarked within 24 hours of adjournment. Those calling in to make public comment, please call 1-669-900-6833. And the meeting ID is 870-7036-6450, followed by the pound sign. And again, this is also provided in tonight's agenda. So our first agenda item today is to work session Assembly Bill 1. So with that, I will turn it over to Mr. Michael Stewart, our committee policy analyst, and he will quickly walk us through the bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair and committee members. For the record, Michael Stewart, committee policy analyst. Committee members, you have before you today a very brief work session, a bill page on Assembly Bill 1. And as you recall, we heard it yesterday in a joint select committee. AB 1 revises the districts from which the members of the Board of Regents of the University of Nevada are elected. And the bill also temporarily revises the deadline for candidates for judicial office to file a declaration of candidacy. And there are no amendments for consideration at this time. Thank you, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Stewart. Members, do we have any questions on the bill? Okay, not seeing any questions at this point, I will entertain a motion. Okay, I have a motion from Vice Chair Yeager and a second from Assemblywoman Hadigi. With that, are there any comments on the motion? Assemblyman Matthews?
Yes, thank you, Chair Miller. I just wanted to say I will be voting yes on AB1 this evening. I want to say that I appreciate the really great work that was done and put into this bill, especially when it comes to the map for the Board of Regents. I think the map does a really good and fair job of reflecting and representing the people of our state and our many different communities. And I think the fact that in terms of population size, the deviation from the ideal is so low with this map is an especially good attribute. I think that's very important. So I think this is a map that will serve our state and its citizens very well for the next 10 years. And I'm pleased to be able to support it this evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Assemblyman. Any other additional comments? Not seeing any additional comments, I will call for a vote. Can we do a vote, please? All those in favor of passing AB 1 in a do pass, please say aye. Aye.
You already have that, sir.
Okay. Anyone opposed? Okay, with that, the motion carries unanimously. At this point, I will assign the floor statement to Vice Chair Yeager. And then I will go ahead and open up our next agenda item, will be for public comment. So again, with this, everyone will have the opportunity to make a public comment to general matters, not specifically for Assembly Bill 1, but for general matters pertaining to those things that are under the purview of this committee. Again, just a reminder that everyone's comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person. And so the phone number, one more time, if anyone's calling in, is 1-669-900-6833. And the meeting ID is 870-7036-6450. So with that, I would ask if there's anyone here in the room that would like to approach to make public comment, please come forward. And broadcasting, will you also open the lines for anyone interested in calling in? Not seeing anyone approaching here in the room. Broadcasting, do we have anyone on the lines?
Thank you, Chair Miller. Your public line is open and working. However, there are no callers on the line at this time.
Thank you. Just give it a few more moments. Broadcasting, has anyone called in?
Chair, the public line is still open and working. However, there are no callers at this time.
Okay, thank you for that. With that, I will go ahead and close public comment. With that, just a final announcement is that we are headed to floor pretty much immediately. So members, head on to floor upon adjournment. And with that, having no further business in front of us, we are adjourned.